Talked a little bit about Jordan Love yesterday. Obviously, beat the Lions. The Lions are kind of hurting right now, but Packers. So in the beginning of the season, you weren't here, TJ, but we had a little talk. It was like 2 weeks in. They were like, "Are the Packers the best team in the NFL?" Everybody got in a massive fight over it, but we saw an impressive game from Jordan Love yesterday. 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, we did.
And
Great
Skip,
game.
Micah Parsons kind of wrecked the game. I know you hated to see that.
I ain't gonna lie. Packers had some good play calling. Play calling was, and that's what I love to see out of them the most when they executing a quick game nicely. And they take their shots too. With Christian Watson back, they weren't really taking shots at the beginning of the season, even with them having Matthew Golden, which is kind of crazy. But to each his own.
But we're kind of seeing what we saw in the beginning of the season
will keep
with
the defense honest as well.
So I need to know from the boys. I actually want to also see what Micah said. Micah had a lot to say also. Let's look at that.
What does it say about this pass rush and just this group you have?
So what? You got to still come out and show. So what? Like, I heard Dan Campbell say he like his guys. I like my guys. Like, I like me against anybody. And I don't duck nobody. I mean, y'all go watch the tape. I'm going against the best guys every week. I mean, I get my matchups the ones we dial up and when we could get to those situations, but so what?
Yeah.
Ooh, so 8-3-1, and if the Bears lose today, could take over the North. So TJ, did the Packers prove that they are a legit threat to win the NFC?
No, not to win the NFC. What? No, they're not a threat to win the NFC.
Oh, to win the NFC or in the NFC?
No, win. Not
the
in,
NFC.
win.
They 8-3-1. If the Bears lose today, they become the 3rd seed. They would need the Eagles to lose some more and the Rams to lose some more. Even if, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they can show that you got four games left. You can show that. You can show that you're the best team in the NFC over a 4-game span, but you're gonna have to really go out there and ball out.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely in the.
Did they show their NFC contender? The Lions look vulnerable right now, so I take this win with a grain of salt. It's a good win in terms of beating a good team, but at the same time, like the Lions are being beat by good teams. But in terms of again, crowning them and putting them, as a top tier elite team in the NFC, I don't know yet.
NFC, but not to win it. No, not at all. But I like that demeanor from Micah.
Yeah.
That is a no nonsense. I come to work. I'm not playing no games. I got my hard hat on. And that's a little bit that we haven't seen from him. And that's probably why he's playing so well right now. He put the podcast down and he's coming to work. So shout out to.
I was wondering that too. Has he been on this podcast? Because I've seen different players on Bleacher Report. Like I seen Pastor Tan doing a segment on Bleacher Report. There was another player too I seen on Bleacher Report. I haven't been seeing Micah's podcast.
Micah for doing that, man, and sticking to your guns and saying, hey, I'm here to play football. That's what my profession is. So I like that mentality, man. That mentality, that's the dog mentality. He had a great game. That defense is playing great. They're very athletic. But Detroit, man, no adjustments on the defensive side. They stayed in man coverage all day. The same red zone route beat you for 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns in the same route. Like at some point we got to say, hey, let's play red 2. Let's get out this man and the same spread route that beat us to the flat. Hey, it was killing me, man. That was killing me. So they're not going to get over the hump against the Eagles. I don't see them beating Dallas. They're not going to beat Dallas. Detroit, they're doing it. Even the Bears, they got the Bears again, right? Twice coming up.
Playing twice.
Man, they got to stop the run. And Detroit proved that if you run at them and you put Montgomery in the ball game and run straight at them, they can't stop it. But for whatever reason, the Lions want to keep running stretches and toss with Gibbs, and they were running every single play down. Like, hey.
5 games left, excuse me. Packers play the Bears. This is a big game for them. They play the Bears twice, so both these big games. They play the Broncos, they play the Ravens, and they play the Vikings. And the Vikings could be decent by this time, so they are a decent team, but they could be the Vikings can have a really good game, or they could just play mid. So we'll see. But they got a tough schedule. Packers got a tough schedule.
Hey, Montgomery got in there. They went right down the field, score. You get in the red zone, and what do? You do a jump pass instead of running it with the guy that got you down the field.
Yeah.
That was an easy touchdown that they didn't capitalize on. Then you have the fourth down drop that would have kept that drop. The Lions shot themselves in both foot with 2 guns. Pow, pow. It's just they could have won that game at home easily, and they gave it to Green Bay. So Green Bay's a good team, but they're not a threat to win the NFC.
What was your thought, curious before I go, on them going for it on that fourth down? Because hindsight, if he completes it to J-Mo and Goff hits him when he rolls out, talking about a different game.
Points.
Yeah, right? It's a 2-possession game right there. You're going to have to score twice regardless. Take the 3. You're in great field goal position.
That's your analytics right there.
Yeah, man. I know, but Dan Campbell's committed to who he is. You know, I'm aggressive. I'm going to go for it on fourth down.
Yeah, but now they're 2-2.
But there's also situational football that matters in that. And yesterday, Green Bay hit all their fourth downs. Detroit didn't.
Especially the way you're playing, you have to take that into account. It's not one of them games.
Take the 3 right there. Now make it a 1-possession game.
But J-Mo has to catch that ball. It's behind him, I know, but he gets both hands on it. No,
man, it's both players' fault. At the end of the day, it's the team fault. Whoever called it.
What the heck? When was this?
He dropped it and threw it.
Yeah.
That's why I
know
get it.
We're having a different conversation. If they hit that, they go score a touchdown, then this is all irrelevant. But they didn't. And I still think to take that out of the equation, just take 3 there.
Yeah.
Make it a 1-possession game. That forces a little bit more pressure, too, on Green Bay. They have to play differently, and they're not as conservative. They're not as comfortable. But
and I think, Jordan Love, you get him uncomfortable. He doesn't make those plays. He was comfortable all game.
Man, he was very throws with pressure.
I get it, but look. You knew it was man coverage pre-snap on all of those throws. It's man every time. Hey, let's disguise a little bit. 3 buzz, quarters, some fire zone blitzes. It was none of that. It was like, okay, we're just going to line up in man. There it is, right here. Run across, run the out, run the fade. Jordan, here's our covers. Like, come on, man. You got to help your defense out, man. When we out there running man all day, now the corners did a fantastic job in the first half, but it wears down on your secondary towards the end. And then they lost their safety. Now 3-2. He was out there balling.
Yeah.
He did everything in his power. But when the play counted at the end, when they got that fourth down, because he was making every single play all game, one time, you're not going to make that play. And guess what? It cost you the game.
Yeah. It's impressive, too, that they trust Branch so much to cover. It's not slot guys. Premier wide receivers. You don't see a lot of safeties playing man-to-man and following around top receivers.
I ain't gonna lie, but he was doing that in college. He was doing both very well. Very, very much a Swiss Army knife, but I was saying that even back then, bro. That dude, he gonna be nice.
Yeah,
which he had. I'm gonna say this. I do. I think they are.
Win the NFC.
I think they can. I think they can. I'm not saying they will. I think they can.
W-I-N, not W-I-N. W-H-E-N.
I think Green Bay.
They can. I mean, yeah, they can, but yeah. I think that's fair to say they can, but is it realistic? I don't think so at the moment.
They can win the NFC. I really do. The reason I say that is because of how Jordan Love's been playing, and it's a lot of pressure on.
Now you got to talk about the Rams. The only way that they win the NFC is if the Rams start playing bad. The Rams will have to lose 2 games, so that's the only way.
On him, but when he plays great, they are really tough to beat. And 3 of their losses this year, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. In their wins and their ties, their 1 tie, 18 touchdowns, only 1 interception. If he's on, they are very, very difficult to beat, especially with that defense. Big if, but he's been more consistent than he has inconsistent this year. I got to give him credit to that. And it's tough, man. Remember after week 2, Skip, we were sitting here and we all thought Green Bay was the best team in football. Well,
they were at the moment.
That was 2 weeks in, and Gerald screamed at us, and he said,
I'm going to take you through why. Besides Gerald, obviously Gerald did not think that they were the best team in football. But then after that, they lose to Cleveland and then tie to Dallas. We start to fall off on them. Then they go 3 straight. They also beat Pittsburgh at home, which was a big win. Aaron Rodgers, the comeback game, all of that. But they find a way to get the win. Then they have 2 more tough losses. They lose to Carolina at home, which was really tough to defend, and then they lose to the Eagles, which the offense only puts up 7 points. Love doesn't play great in that game.
No.
But since then, I know the Giants game was iffy, but since then they've been playing good football. And I want to talk about a couple plays in that game and why I feel so confident about the Packers going forward. The defense is great. The offense has been playing well, but when it matters most right now, Love is making that big-time play, that 4th and 2 to Wicks. They start in a bunch formation. And I love that LaFleur does
Same play that
this.
got the PBU in the series before.
I love that LaFleur does this, though, because it makes it easier on the quarterback. They start in a bunch formation, 1 by 3. What does that tell you? Corner's over. I know it's man-to-man. You can see Love look at it. Okay, now I'm going to motion Wicks over. Branch follows him in man-to-man. That confirms to me it's man-to-man. We have a stutter go with a little simple crosser out by Dobbs coming across. That, for me, takes everything out of it. I'm going to go to the stutter go, back down to the crosser route.
Not forget, he stepped on the receiver's foot when he went up to go knock that ball down.
On which one?
Branch
On the 4th down play, Branch did.
Did he?
He stepped on the receiver's foot, and it messed his jump.
Jump up.
Are you saying on the last play of the game?
Last play.
I'm talking about the touchdown on 4th and 2. The controversial one where it was
the
timeout.
timeout.
And
the touchdown.
No, that was another one. I'm talking about the first one.
Yeah, okay. There was a lot of controversy. That's why I'm getting to my point here.
We'll get to that.
There's a lot of controversy in that game.
But in that moment on the road, 4th and 2, you still got to make that throw. You still got to dissect the defense. It was a great throw. I know Branch turned around, got lost. Great throw in the bucket.
Great throw.
Was his foot down? Was it not? I know you can argue possession. When did he have it? But still, it's a touchdown. Big time play.
He was out.
But you don't think his toe was down?
I'm with you.
I saw a lot of
You don't think the
replays.
first toe
He
was
was
down?
out.
I was confused.
The ball was in the air. If the ball's in the air and not in your hand, you can't have a foot down without the ball in your hand.
Right.
He caught it, boop, it bounced, and he caught it again.
Yeah, it shifted.
It shifted.
What I thought was weird is why they expedited reviewed it. They didn't spend more time on it. I thought they'd at least look at it longer. They just immediately confirmed
They said he had possession with 1 foot down, and that's all that mattered to them. That was possession in the end zone with 1 foot down. But the next foot is
But what do you
clearly out of
think?
bounds.
Yeah, it's clearly
Well,
out of
they're
bounds.
saying
No way it's a touchdown.
What they
what
were
I'm
saying was that when the ball touched his hand, his foot was still down initially before it came off the ground. Then the second one hit. Technically, they're calling it the third one was out of bounds.
Yes.
I hear you. But that, I know, and I was the same way. I was writing in my notes, just play red 4. Quit playing man-to-man down in the goal line because you know you're going to get that as a play caller. If I know.
Here we are.
Here we are.
So this is what they're saying.
Let's check it out.
Yeah,
that's
tough on that
close.
view.
Yeah, that view is a little bit tough. It happens so fast.
it'll
But I've
give
seen a lot of slow. Here we go.
They're saying ball, that's a foot. Foot. They're counting that right foot
They're
first.
counting it.
Okay.
Because it touched his hand.
Okay, now here it is.
Right
This it is. He touched
There
it.
it is.
Down,
Foot is down.
foot down, but look, ball in the air.
Ball shifting.
Ball is in the air.
Hey, I'm
not controlled.
I'm not
Still
disagreeing
not
with that.
controlled.
And you
And
know
he
what
got
makes
it.
me think they wasn't
That's
the
the
catch
catch.
even more is they just went on.
It was the expert. They said, hey, they did
We're
a
gonna
quick
expedite
review.
this. We don't want
They
too
didn't-
many
they
people
didn't
getting
take
a
the
good
time.
look at
I
this.
thought it would be this. To me, I thought this was going to be like a 10-minute review.
Yeah.
Where we're going back and forth, and then we're going to get the rules officials on air and telling us why they're saying it is, why it's not. It was quick. Hey, touchdown confirmed. Let's kick the extra point. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Thought that was interesting. But I got to give credit to LaFleur, though. That 4th and 1 call down there, even though they're playing man, that was a big-time play call by him. So what you're going to see is they're 2 by 2. You have Dobbs in the slot. Dobbs is in the slot.
Yep.
He's going to motion over. You're going to see DJ Reed run with him. But what does he do? He goes outside of the stack. Now that forces Robertson to widen out, and then you can see both of them look at each other and do in and out. When you get in a tight stack formation down there by the goal line, when they're in man-to-man, when you're within 3 yards of each other, that forces them to have to in and out the call. So what they do is they start to fake switch release with Watson, selling it like he's going to go out. They get stacked. He bends it back on the post, and now that creates great leverage for Dobbs to be able to, or Dobbs, well, I keep saying it wrong. Is it Dobbs? They give great leverage for Dobbs now with Reed on the inside to break to the flat and then throw a touchdown.
Yeah, they played that wrong.
I know you're saying it's man-to-man and it's tough, and that's what they do, but you also, as an offensive coordinator, have to be able to game plan for that and put guys in position to win. So I thought that was a great play call by them. But the argument then again is before that, did they call the timeout in time before the false start to even have an opportunity on that play?
But even Detroit could have played that with the man coverage. They just got confused and played it wrong.
So when they go in and out like that, though, and you have outside leverage, inside leverage, right? Both guys are playing in and out when you have a stack. As soon as they see Watson start to go out, Robertson's taking him because he thinks they're going to switch release. They fake switch release, then they send Watson back inside. Once they in and out, and now he has an easy walk-in touchdown because you have inside leverage with DJ Reed.
I think that corner was already set. Because you look, when DJ Reed was like, hey, like you played that wrong. You got to come off on that out. You have to.
So you don't think the switch release at the beginning,
it wasn't
though,
that much of a switch.
would make Robertson grab that?
No, he didn't come
you
that
far. You
far
can see Love
outside.
to look at him and he sees
like,
him do
man,
this.
what are you doing? But I give shout out to Reed for not pointing this guy out.
And Skip,
but that corner has to come off.
Do you have the Packers winning the NFC?
I do not. They will not be a threat to win the NFC because they lost their best offensive weapon, Tucker Kraft. And yesterday, they lost the heart of their defensive line, Devontae Wyatt, who got carted off, and I think it looked like he's gone for the rest of the year. That will put a little more pressure on Micah Parsons to rise and shine the way he did in this game. But here's why this game's an aberration. The Packers just have the Lions' number. It's just a great matchup for the Packers because Micah knows that Jared Goff is a statue. By and large, he's a statue, and that you can get him, and he's a scarecrow in the pocket where he doesn't stand strong. If you just brush him with a fingernail, you can knock him down. And Jared Goff gets scared against Micah. You could just see he's looking for Micah and that he fears Micah, and Micah smells it. Micah's a great front runner. If he smells your blood, he will eat. He will be the Penn State Lion who will eat.
What do you mean by that? Micah's a great front runner.
And so in this game, they got a huge break on the Wicks call because that put them up 10-0, and they could just front run with that all day long.
Yeah.
And Detroit made some plays. Jameson Williams was except for the one I'm going to call it a drop, but when he catches 7 for 144, that's some bad stuff.
That one right before the half. That screen on the missed tackle, and he just got
he did.
Dangerous. And Amon-Ra, not having him killed him.
It's just huge, but they still hung in there. But Green Bay dominated them on Welcome Micah Day at Green Bay in that opener. And then they just, you could just see their body language. They just think they can beat the Lions. It's a good matchup for them because they can get to Jared Goff. So this was a weird game, and it went all the way down to that 4th and 3 play. And I admired, I know you don't love you some Love, but I give him on this stage on Thanksgiving. He's always been good on Thanksgiving. I don't know why, but this is, I'm with you. I don't trust Jordan Love all the way home. That there are going to be some games where he'll be a little his QBR is great. He's 3rd in QBR, and he was really good. He had a 95 QBR yesterday.
Wow.
And that 4th and 3 throw that iced it. He's got a rusher right in his face. He's off the back foot, man. He's off the back foot. And Branch is all over Wicks, man. He is all Branch. You talk about a safety covering a wideout. Man, he was covering him like Aqib would cover somebody, right? And it was right there where Wicks could just go haul it in, right? It was really a good throw. But I think they're an aberration just against Detroit. I think they got their number just this year, and they won't have anybody else's number. I don't fear them. I don't fear seeing Micah in the Super Bowl. I'll go on record right now. Micah Parsons will not be in the Super Bowl.
Do you think they can win the division, though? You think they can win the division over Chicago?
This
is
they
got shot.
Day coming up here in just a few minutes.
And you've been kind of riding with Chicago.
I have.
They got the shot.
And I just might ride with them again. We'll get to there.
Well, 75% of the chat says the Packers are not the best team in the NFC, so they are with you, Skip. They're not.
I mean, they're not even. That was a pointless poll. They're 6th in the NFC, so I don't understand why they should have put a different question.
Riding with the Packers. I do want to dive though more into the Lions right now and their playoff chances because right now they're 7-5. There have been 2-2 since.
All right, y'all. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section if y'all think the Packers can. I think they for sure can win the division, but how far do y'all see them going? The playoffs, and do they look like a Super Bowl caliber team? I don't know about that, but y'all let me know. Subscribe, stay tuned, stay blessed. All right, let's go ahead and touch on this here. We got the Speakeasy crew.
Chicago Bears dominate the Philadelphia Eagles on the Eagles' home field after crushing 21-point comeback, allowing defeat last week.
That was disgusting, man.
It's going to be nasty. First, we got to talk about all the things that went wrong for the Eagles. Let's start off with suspect number one. Jalen Hurts. Fellas, is Jalen Hurts becoming a problem for this Eagles team?
I think my issue with Jalen is that if the play calling is the issue, and you know it, you have to be more vocal about it, man, and just call a spade, you know? I think Jalen just tries to go out there and just do his job to the best of his ability, even with limiting play calling. But you know, you got to call a spade. You know, take more control. That's my opinion on that.
You going first or I'm going first?
It's going to be
you
too.
the Hall of Famer.
What's the question? We got the Cowboy guy asking about Eagles. This is
hey, y'all got a loss. We got to win on the record this week. We got to talk about it.
You got to ask Acho. I don't want to talk to him about it.
Acho, do the Philadelphia Eagles have a Jalen Hurts problem?
Absolutely, on a day like today. On a day where the Eagles have to actually pass the ball, on a day where the Eagles have to play from behind, on a day where the Eagles have to find some explosion in the offense, on a day where the Eagles won't have a lot of time of possession because their defense is not holding up in the run game. And hey, Jalen Hurts, we need you to be efficient. We need you to be effective. We need you to find explosive plays. This is when now the game does not play to Jalen Hurts' advantage. Jalen Hurts is great at dominating a game by time of possession. He's great at playing ahead of the sticks. But at the point in which the Philadelphia Eagles are behind the sticks, at a point in which the Philadelphia Eagles have to play from behind, I don't think the Eagles held the lead at any point in time during the course of this game, if I'm not mistaken. I think the Bears got on the board first and stayed on the board the entire time. Jalen Hurts is not the quarterback that can play from behind. Jalen Hurts is not the quarterback
take on this.
that you can trust him to lead his team back when they are down and when the Eagles' defense is as bad as they were today. And truth be told, they were just bad at stopping the run. Like, they bent, but they didn't really break. They only allowed...
They weren't bad. That was terrible. You allowed 120 by two different running backs? That's terrible.
24 points. That's not really all that bad. On a day like today, Jalen Hurts truly gets exploited for the lack of passing ability that he has at times.
Yeah, I can't blame this on Jalen
Is lagging?
Hurts, right? He could have played better, but the whole team could have played
chat.
better. I mean, another thing is, we talking about come back from behind. It wasn't like no blowout. It was like one possession type games. 7 points, 3 points, 9 points. I don't know what did say, man. I'm just so mad and so pissed off because we are a better team than the Bears. I know the Bears' record is.
How can you still say that?
I know the Bears. You watch the game?
1,000%. Yeah. That's why I'm asking how can you still say that?
We play better. That's how they play, though.
You know what? I'm not mad at him saying that they're a better team. Like, they have better players. That's cool. But, well, no, actually, no. I'm not mad at him saying they have better players, but I mean they play like the better team today. It is what it is.
The way they play is
whether they were better coached or whatever.
Right, we're gonna run the ball all day. We're gonna keep the ball out of our quarterback's hands.
Yeah,
we don't play like that. We just haven't been playing up to our standards, right? On defense, I haven't seen nobody run the ball on us. They had 250-some yards rushing.
Correct.
2 running backs had 100 yards.
That's crazy.
That'll never happen against us.
And
we got bullied. They controlled the line of scrimmage, and then
because you're gonna have to pay the coordinator bread, and I'm pretty sure they don't want to do that. Knowing that you probably are paying your head coach, you know, pretty fair amount. You don't want to have to pay him because if the coordinators are consistently getting other jobs, they can offer more money. Maybe the Eagles just don't want to match that.
Offense, we couldn't get nothing really going, right? So I'm gonna say this game right here. We play bad as a whole, and there's some games where the defense and offense play bad, and special teams play bad. All phases of football today played bad. So, yes, Jalen Hurts could have been better, but the whole team could have been better.
I won't go that far because, like, to me, this is who the Eagles are right now.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
It's who the Eagles are right now. And to me, this is who Jalen Hurts is
they
right
play
now.
Bad.
Saquon Barkley is yet to get going all season. He's not getting going. I hate watching the broadcast and they're like, well, you know, the Eagles are still just trying to figure it out. We're in December just about.
Facts.
If you ain't figured it out yet, you're not going to figure it out. I believe our first show was an Eagles game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
I think it was September 4th.
We're in December.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
It's currently November 28th. If you ain't figured it out yet, it's not getting figured out. This is who you are. Eagles have to look in the mirror and say, we can't run the...
I'll tell you this, though. Finding a good OC is not easy. It's not. Because 80% of the NFL does not have good offensive play calling. You got the small percentage of teams who have good offensive play calling, and then the next best teams that are playing good offensively are playing good offensively because of their talent and not their play calling. The play calling is getting by, but the talent is overpowering the play calling. And then you got the teams who they don't have the talent nor play calling enough to really be a effective
the ball this year. Jalen Hurts has to look in the mirror and say, I can't throw the ball effectively this year. The defense has to look in the mirror and say, okay, we are a solid defense. We bend a lot. We don't always break, but we bend a lot. To me, this is who the Eagles are. It's problematic at this point.
A lot of stuff is this on offense. We didn't stay on the field long enough, though.
Yeah.
So if you look at the time of possession, they killed us on that part. Like today, actually, the running game wasn't really bad. But you didn't see a lot of us out there on offense to get them plays. And then Jalen Hurts, I will say this, on some of these plays, it looked like we wasn't
If you're trying to win a Super Bowl, you need good play calling. There's no competent play calling to win a Super Bowl.
He's throwing the ball.
He's trying to really make a run.
He's like, okay, am I sitting down? Am I keep going? Jalen Hurts is thinking his zone. He thinks he's going to sit down. And then Smitty's thinking it's man. He's going to keep running. Like small things like that. But he missed a wide open, Dallas wide open. And you see that up the seam?
Yep.
That could have been a touchdown. But altogether, we just didn't play well together, though. And that's like, I don't want to single out Jalen Hurts because, he didn't play well. But if you look at this game, tell me who played well for the Eagles. But real quick, tell me who played well for the Eagles.
I would say A.J. Brown.
A.J.
played well.
Now, even though it was a loss, it's things like that. Like, yo, give him a chance.
Yeah.
Because sometimes with A.J. Brown, I always say this, he's the best.
Who the
Other
Bears
than
are for
Deshaun
real.
Jackson, it's different because Deshaun can spot a ball deep, easy.
Yeah.
But AJ's the best with seeing the ball, lay hands, grabbing it, body control. And a lot of catches he's making this year and his best years before is they're contested. Let's give him a chance. But other than him, who else played good?
Smitty would have played good if Jalen played better. You know what I mean? Like, Smitty had 5 catches. Jalen was inaccurate on 2 of them.
Again, I think
Smitty on 1. That's probably another touchdown. So, Smitty, in my mind, played well if Jalen would have played better. Goddard had a fine game. Again, if Jalen would have played better, Goddard would have had a better game. Like, to me, 2-5, Jalen is the nucleus of all of it. So, it's very hard for players to play well if the quarterback plays bad. It's hard.
But here it is, though. And I think I said this, bro. Your play calling is going to cap everybody in your offense. If you got bad play calling where you're not drawing up intricate plays, everything is basic. The defense knows exactly what you're running. Nothing is stretching the field. They know we can just play cover 2 or play everything underneath. Then it don't matter what type of talent that you have. They know exactly what you're doing. And if that's the case with them, then Hurts can only do so much. But I'm blaming the play calling first. I mean, maybe you could blame Hurts second, but play calling first for sure.
For Smitty to play well if the quarterback plays bad. Shout out to A.J. Brown for catching inaccurate passes. Because make no mistake about it, A.J. only played so great because A.J. is incredible.
That's football, though.
Exactly right.
That's football.
He's incredible.
That's football.
A.J. played well despite Jalen Hurts, not because of Jalen Hurts. Smitty played
125
well
each.
despite Jalen Hurts, not because of Jalen Hurts.
I can't say that. Like, I see some passes today, and Smitty didn't have a lot of opportunities. But I seen some he had one-on-one, and he caught the ball, and he got tackled for like 1 or 2 yards. Break that tackle. Make that dude miss. That's playing football. Yo, sometimes when your quarterback is not playing great or your lineman is not blocking great, we all been there. You got to make things happen. You threw the ball to AJ. It wasn't great passes, but he made a catch.
Underthrowing the wide receivers.
Sometimes, and if you look at our offense, I mean, it's honest that Jalen Hurts is probably out of all the talent we do have, he's not the most talented dude.
Correct.
So sometimes you got to build him up. Like, sometimes we get these roles, I'm the quarterback, I'm making this much money, and this. No, you can still help me out.
Yeah,
that's part of the game.
But here's what I really noticed. And Eagles fans, the most damning thing about Jalen Hurts' game is nothing Shady will say, nothing I will say, nothing Care Bear will say. The most condemning part of Jalen Hurts' game was right before halftime. Nick Sirianni had time on the clock. And Nick Sirianni chose to let the time run down to the 2-minute warning as opposed to keeping his foot on the gas to go try to score more points. Why would your head coach do that? Because your coach doubts his own offense. Your coach doubts his own quarterback. Nick Sirianni spoke without using words. If you really had faith in your offense, you would put your foot on the gas and say, let's go try to get points now before half, and let's get the ball back after half. Instead, Sirianni is like, there's a good probability we're not going to score before half. And if we're not going to score before half, I want to ensure ensure that the Bears have as little time possible for them to go try and score. Why were the Chicago Bears more aggressive with less time before half than the Philadelphia Eagles were aggressive with more time before half?
I can't say that. I think as a head coach, you look at the whole game, right? And everybody's not playing well. The whole game.
Yep.
The kicker's missing all type of field goals and kicks. Everything's going bad. It's a windy day. The quarterback's not playing well. Right? The running game is not great how it used to be. Like, all these things matter. And on defense, we can't stop nobody in the running game. So now, as the clock is going down, all you need is a couple good runs, what they've been doing. So I just think he didn't want to chance it. I don't want to panic yet. We didn't play well today. After Thursday, after Thanksgiving, we didn't play well. Black Friday.
2-5. It's past panic time.
No.
At the point in which the Eagles have lost back-to-back games to NFC.
I'll tell you this, the Eagles are looking like the Chiefs from last year, where everything is not like you're not putting up enough convincing wins. Like, we know that y'all a good team. We know that y'all nice. Y'all got the personnel, but y'all just not putting up enough convincing wins to where, when them primetime games come where it's gonna be in the playoffs where, it's do or die, it looks like y'all are gonna get outcoached. That's what it looked like.
Opponents that are both vying for playoff positioning and playoff spots, it's past panic time. If you want to write off the Cowboys game as, it's a divisional opponent, those are hard to play. We don't care about the lowly Cowboys, fine, but they beat the Chiefs. We'll get to that later. But you can't write off the Bears. The Bears and the Eagles are competing for the 1 seed.
We 8-4, Acho.
Sure, but now the Bears are 9-3.
Okay, they beat
the Bears could have been 8-4. The Eagles 9-3.
They're a playoff team and they beat us. That happens.
Shady.
That happens. Tell me how it's panic time though.
Because the Eagles,
we're still a good team. We lost a game.
2-5. You've won 2 Super Bowls, and your last Super Bowl you won by winning 8 consecutive games. 4 at the end of regular season, 4 in the playoffs. Obviously, you've taught me this. You don't want to go into the playoffs limping. Now the Eagles still have a month remaining in the season,
right?
But right now they're limping. They're limping right now.
Even that year, we played the Saints every year, and they will stuff a mud hole in their booty. Pause.
What?
I don't want to say ass because I guess I can say ass.
You
right?
can say yeah.
I said this because of Madden, but
we played
it's all
the
good.
Saints, right? And they stuffed a mud hole in their ass every game, like 3 in a row.
It didn't sound better. It didn't sound.
Yeah, it didn't.
Nah,
It's okay.
I mean, it's an old country adage.
Run back.
We played the Saints, and they stumped a mud hole in their ass.
There you go. That was good.
Anyway,
that was good.
The point being is that, and then we played them in the playoffs, and we stopped the mud hole in their ass, right? So it might not go the way you like it. It damn sure is going the way that Care Bear likes it, right? But that's
Hey, and I'm gonna treat the Eagles like this too. Even though, I'm gonna give them somewhat of the same grace that I give the Chiefs. When they get into the playoffs, they might cut it back on. But you want to start seeing signs of that now. Like, can we get a stretch of Saquon going for 100, like 3 games in a row? Something like that, or at least 3 out of the last 4 games. Can we get something like that to where we see a glimpse of it where we feel comfortable that I might turn it back on. But I'm gonna give them some grace, but it's still question marks. And the closer we get to the playoffs, it's gonna be very interesting.
Part of the game.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we lost this game. But one thing I know about the Eagles, though, what we had, the other teams don't have. We got that winning DNA, and we got to have it. We're going to bring it.
Shady.
Because losers can't tell me about winning DNA. Just so you know that. So whoever's about to go after me, let me say it again. Losers can't tell me about winning DNA.
We would have a losing record if y'all did y'all's job last Sunday. We would have a losing record also if we didn't do our job.
I believe we
yesterday.
have Jalen Johnson, Bears cornerback, calling right now. Y'all know what it is in the Speakeasy. You never know what superstar guest you gonna get right after the game.
What a game! What an absolute game! Especially by that Bears defense.
Salute.
That's what I'm talking about.
I couldn't believe
we should have him here joining pretty soon.
Go ahead, Campbell.
Look, Shady, my concern for you guys is right now, y'all look a whole lot more like the 2023 Eagles than y'all do the 2024 Eagles. Whenever y'all struggle, right? You love bringing Jalen Johnson in the building.
He's doing the best.
We'll get to him later. Please.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the next topic. Y'all go ahead. Let me know y'all thoughts. How y'all feeling about the Eagles right now? Great win for the Bears. Great win for the Bears. So to show that they are that, they just need to stack these up. That's how I feel. They just need to keep stacking these. Let me know your thoughts. All right.
Just had an amazing defensive performance, but right now they're now sitting at 9-3 in the NFC, top of their division, looking really comfortable at the top of their division after another loss by the Lions on Thanksgiving. Are these Bears for real, in y'all's opinion?
Hell yes.
Are the Bears for real?
Where my one shot? Want my one? I don't even want to look at Shady.
I think
Bears legit.
They got to just keep proving it.
It's official.
Keep proving it.
Bears are winning the most dominant division in all of football, a division that has the Packers, a division that has the Lions, and the Bears are doing it convincingly. You went into the link on a short week after Thanksgiving with everything stacked against you. It's a holiday week, distraction from family, you on the road, it's a short week, and you didn't just beat the Eagles, you beat the Eagles down. You took their soul. We ain't seen that happen in probably 10 years. The last time the Eagles gave up this many rushing yards in a half, 2015, I was on the team. You took their soul, people. I haven't seen an Eagles defense get out schemed like this in years. I haven't seen the Eagles offense struggle like this simultaneously, like while the defense was struggling in years. And here's the worst part. Caleb Williams didn't even ball.
I mean,
he didn't even ball. So
he was
the
making
Bears
some nice
beat
throws.
the hell
I'm not
out of
gonna
the
lie.
Eagles, and the quarterback didn't even
Maybe
ball.
statistically he
They
didn't
beat
ball,
the
but he was
Eagles
making some
strictly
nice
off running.
throws.
260 rushing yards. They ran the ball 47 times, took their soul. That's what the Bears did to the Eagles. If I'm an Eagles fan, if I'm an Eagles player, if I'm an Eagles coach, I am utterly embarrassed with how they played today. Something has to give, and something has to give immediately. Bears are for real.
Nah, it's just because it's one of them losses where, like, they didn't do nothing special. They just ran the ball on us.
That's it.
Right? I would have preferred for them to let Caleb Williams go out and throw the ball a lot, and hopefully he can beat us, right? But they didn't do that. And then the defense. The defense played great, though. I can't lie. The Bears' defense, they strapped in. And everything they talked about from Jalen all the way down to Chauncey, they said, yo, we locked.
I would not be surprised if the Bears defense takes a like kind of like flip that switch, kind of how the it looks like the Cowboys defense has, because they just got some new additions. Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon. And you did ask CJ, and he's been playing. CJ's been playing pretty good. So I'm not gonna, I'm gonna add that as somewhat of a new addition. But the safeties have been fine. Jaquan Brisker is a nice safety. Kevin Byard is a nice safety. It's just the CB2. So we're gonna see how consistent Nashawn Wright can be on that side, or Tyreek Stevenson. But we're gonna see how consistent they can be, and hopefully not get picked on as the weaker link. But they do got a nice defense on paper. I say that for sure.
Then it's a simple offensive game plan. They talked about it, right?
Caleb was terrible.
And that's what they did. And they looked at the confidence. I always talk about in football.
Well, I watch highlights.
Any sport.
On them highlights, he was making some nice
the difference
throws.
Was last year, they looked confident. You can see the demeanor, the way they walk, the way they talk, and the way they come up to the line of scrimmage. You watch them now, the confidence ain't there. From everybody, from everyone off, especially the linemen to the running backs. I need to look confidence again. And you only get confidence when you start playing well. Until we start playing well and rushing the ball. Like Saquon had 13 for 56.
Yeah.
I'd have loved to see him touch the ball a little bit more. But we didn't have the ball as much.
Yeah. Because you didn't get him involved in the pass game though either as well. It was, look, this Bears team though, we all kind of thought, okay, now they're starting to play some real competition, they're going to fall off. Their schedule has been overwhelmingly easy. It's unbelievably easy, the teams that they have been matched up with thus far. And after they lost to the Ravens, they lost to a backup quarterback, they lost to Tyler Huntley with the Ravens on the road. We were thinking, okay, they're not serious whatsoever. What they did out there really makes me question a lot of things. It makes me question, have we been taking Ben Johnson for granted? Have we not been taking Ben Johnson as seriously, moving over to that team that has a bunch of talent on the offensive side of the ball as seriously as we should? Because their run game is unbelievable.
Bro.
I'm sorry, they're making me question if the Eagles are a physical football team.
Whoa.
Come on,
I'm being honest.
Hey, no, you can really make that question because Cam Scatterbull, he was running on them pretty tough too. And that's a physical back, and both of these running backs was running very physical today.
He got pushed around today.
Here is what I will say, and Shady, you tweeted it, so it's honest.
But you had them games, though.
Yeah.
You have them games where, maybe you wasn't as prepared as the other team, right? And then maybe the other team was more hungry.
Yep.
You have these type of games. I just feel like when I watch the Bears, They have really, really good defense, and they are coached very, very well. Ben Johnson doing a great job over their offense. But if you stop that running game, which is hard to do,
Correct.
I think you could control the game and win it. Because I'm not confident enough when I'm watching the Bears, and it's not just me talking, it's the way they call their plays.
Yeah.
If you watch the way that they play with Caleb Williams, their quarterback, it's super simple, conservative offense. Yo, for today
I'm not
they're
mad
doing
at
a whole
that.
bunch of runs and
I'm not mad at that.
screens, right? Like safe. So I'm saying like the way to beat the Bears, and it's not, and I'm talking like this, obviously because we lost the game and I'm upset. But if I'm just taking my bias, Shady McCoy out of it and looking at the game, offense and defense, the way you beat the Bears, you stop their run, right, and you make them have to put points up to beat you.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can do that.
I
It's
hear
not
you.
time
I
to
mean,
time out
other
again.
Let me speak on this because Shady knows it from the offensive side. I'll speak from the defensive side. The Bears' run game, to me, it wasn't that it was just physical. It was that the Bears have offensive plays that the Eagles don't even have installed. Every single one of the Bears runs that hit, they were split zone action runs, which means the linebackers are going one way, the D-line is going another way. Every single run, it was either counter, it was split zone, it was zone cut. Like every one of the Bears runs, and Shady's nodding his head because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. It was running back flow this way, tight end come across. Hey, that's going to hit back in the A-gap. But the Eagles have fast-flowing linebackers. Not to nerd out on y'all, I apologize in advance. We'll get to y'all super chats too momentarily. But the Eagles have fast-flowing linebackers. So if Eagles see run left, they start sprinting left, not realizing, hey, it's zone cut.
It was 17
that
for
run left is
36.
never hitting the C gap or the D gap or the outside gap. It's coming back to the A gap.
That's not a bad point though, because I've said that. Like I haven't been convinced of the Bears play calling. Like it's been inconsistent, fair to say. So goodness gracious. So to say that they just beat us by running the ball and they didn't really do anything intricate in terms of passing the football, I'm not mad at that. But I mean, I don't know how they're gonna tighten up if they have to rematch with the Bears, man, because it's not like y'all finna add any new players, Like 120, 130 from two running backs is crazy.
Or it's counter. You got two guys coming back across the formation.
They ran for 200 yards, we allowed 10
And
points,
they big linemen.
Correct.
That's
And
not
another
a
thing is
bad
what
take.
makes their, and this is what I'm saying, like Ben Johnson's so great, it's so complicated to guard because to keep the backside, when I say backside, I mean the defensive end, so he can't crash on the running game. Yo, he was doing the jet sweeps. The jet sweeps was killing him. All right, so now when they do motion, I gotta watch for the jet sweep. Now he's doing inside zone. Yo, Ben Johnson got so creative, he started showing action right, pitching the ball, but it was coming back inside, and then the motion guy was cutting the D tackle. I'm like, oh my God. So Ben Johnson is hard to stop with all that, but what I'm saying is, if you got a physical, aggressive D-line, that now all that stuff you're doing, if I'm pushing your guys back, none of that happens. Now you got to make Caleb Williams, the number one pick overall, play quarterback.
Correct.
That's how you beat them.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But here's the dilemma, though.
They're not going to put a lot of points up, I feel like.
I agree with all that, Shady.
Okay.
But if the Eagles, Jordan Davis, first-round pick, Jalen Carter, first-round pick, acquire Jalen Phillips, I believe, first-round pick.
You said cut one, Jerry Rice, Moss, Calvin Johnson, Fitzgerald. I'm keeping Jerry. I'm cutting
That's
Larry.
the Eagles starting D-line.
No, you're right.
The only one I'm missing is Jalen Hunt, third-round pick. But like the Eagles starting D-line is a bunch of monsters based off physical talent and based off what
Nolan
they've
Smith
done and are
came
doing
back.
in the league.
No, you're
Like,
right.
Nolan Smith, excuse me.
He came back.
First round, everybody.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
So if the Bears can do that to the Philadelphia Eagles, my thought process is there's a good chance they can do that to most teams.
So
Now,
you don't think Vic could adjust that? If we played him again in the playoffs somehow, you think Vic can
I want to say yes, and I tweeted Shady. These are simple corrections, but those adjustments should have been made at halftime. What I'm saying is like zone cut adjustments, split zone adjustments. That's hey linebackers, be patient. Hey, don't cross over, run. Just temper your feet. Shuffle your feet. It's going to come back. The zone cut, the split zone, it's an A-gap play. It looks like a C-gap play. Yeah. Shady will never get to the C-gap. He's going to cut back. Trust it. Like, those are halftime adjustments. Those are, hey, LBs, we're over here. We're over here. Hey, DBs, go over there. D-line, you're over there. LB's right here. Hey, patience. They're only killing us with split zone and zone cut. Everything is coming back. Use your eyes. That's what should have happened in my mind.
But see, like I was saying, though, what puts pressure on Ben Johnson is, see, he didn't have no pressure today. I could run the ball all day. I could go to all the runs I want to do.
Yeah.
But what happens when now we putting points up?
Yeah.
Because you can't sit and do that. You can't sit and run the ball all day and throw these little screens. We didn't put enough pressure on him to adjust. But I say if we play them again, and hopefully we do,
of course,
right? I think defense got to be better. But if we put points up, Now he has to throw the ball
to
beat us. Why are everybody so excited? Because we lost. What's so excited about? You face us.
We got a new super chat record.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's
Over
that
100?
day. Eagles lose too, and that's what we do.
We have our first
Oh my God.
$200
wow.
super chat.
Oh my God.
I don't care how much it is. If it's about some Eagle, hate.
Oh my God.
Yo, look, I'll send it. If it's
I like what this one says
if
too.
it's some Eagle hate, send it back, and I'll pay the $200.
Just to not read.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah, I got money right
You
now.
know what this
I
is
got money
from?
right
I know what this is from.
You know what
This is from our guy, Damon Saunders.
Before you want do you want 50s or 100s? I got whatever you need.
Yeah,
If
blue
it's
faces?
If it's some Eagle hate, don't read it, and I'm gonna pay you.
You got to
200.
show the camera, Shady,
Come on
because the
now.
camera can't see me.
Yeah, we need to see the blue.
So you gonna pay us to not read the super chat?
That's right. No hate. How much we doing? Is this 200? What is it? 200?
200.
Is it Eagle hate?
I might just say yeah, even if it ain't. I need that money. In my
Wait,
pocket,
no,
bro. I ain't gonna lie
no,
to
no,
you. If you, I
If
might
it's not
just tell
Eagle hate,
you.
if it's Eagle hate, I can't. We ain't reading that.
I might just have to. Yeah, let me, because this is the man that made the bet with
so you
Care
remember-
Bear.
okay, hold on,
Yeah,
hold on.
yeah,
Break
because
it down.
I don't think Shady
If
was
y'all
here.
are here for this, wait a second.
Shady
Yeah.
wasn't here. Shady wasn't here.
Yeah.
Last week I said, when I was asked, I'm sorry, not last week, a couple days ago, I was asked, who do you trust more in this game on Thanksgiving between the Cowboys and the Chiefs?
Yep.
And I said, I would be out of my mind to not trust Patrick Mahomes. But I'm trusting Dak Prescott more, is what I said. DeMond went ahead and said, bet that. You know what I said in the face of adversity?
What
The
you
same
say?
way I did with Shady McCoy.
What you
when
say?
He had to give me that
What
selfie
you
video.
say?
I said, bet. This is him paying up that bet. We respect a man that pays up his
We
bet. Go ahead and tell us what he said.
respect a man that, because honestly, you could have ducked us.
Coulda.
You could have
Coulda.
unsubscribed.
Coulda.
You could have ran from us, never came back to the show again.
Coulda.
But you manned up.
Yep.
And you paid your debt.
You still
and
can.
we appreciate that. So let me read this super chat.
You still can lead, dog.
He said, yo, St. Louis in the building. Yeah. Look out, Shady. Much respect, my guy. You are one of my favorite players of all time. I still have your jersey. Now to the big yellow fella. Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the league.
Talk to him.
I'm not dancing, bro, but here's 200.
I have to disagree.
That's fire. Clap it up for my dog Damon in the chat, man. That's lit. That's lit.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
That's fire.
We respect someone that pays up their bets.
Hell
and you know,
yeah.
you know what it is.
And
you
it
know
wasn't,
he's playing like it right
wasn't
now.
a here damn pay up
No,
either.
no.
Like what Shady gave you, and he was like, Dak Prescott
That's what I'm
is
talking
the
about.
best quarterback. He comes up clutch.
I'm sorry. The last part. I was with you guys. The last part. Did it say Dak is the best quarterback?
That was the bet.
In
He
the
had to
league.
say that.
Yeah, he had to say that. That was part of the bet. Yeah, that's part of the bet.
Oh, okay. That was a bet. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Well,
Hey, keep clicking on super chats while we here.
We do have a lot. Okay.
We got a lot.
Let me scroll back up. Okay. Jeremy Fowler said, real talk, it's time for Shady to put some respect on these boys in Chicago. He stayed hating all year. Bear the down. Max Bet Cash House said the Bears, first time since 85 the Bears had 2 running backs rush for over 100 yards.
Since
Can we
85?
be taken seriously now? We do have to fact check that. We fact check things here on the Speakeasy.
We have to look at that one.
Blake Brown said, please explain how Kevin Patullo still has a job. Do they not fire OCs this late? Can't Sirianni just take over? We did discuss that. So
This is late in the season to be firing an OC. I'm not gonna lie. If they was gonna do that, they should have been did that. I mean, is it gonna get any worse? I don't know, but still, it's just like, I don't know, man.
make sure you tap in with that. Yo, Acho, is Packers football still boring? We just had to re-identify our offense with the injury to Kraft and Jacobs. Hurts been looking real Bryce Young this season, or am I tripping? Real boom or bust.
Woo!
It's getting spicy. Yeah, it's getting spicy. It's getting spicy. I got a couple more.
Hold on, one sec. It's true. Last time the Bears had 200-yard rushers was 1985 with Walter Payton and Matt Suey.
Sweetness?
Making history on the Super Bowl champs is crazy.
Crazy.
40-year-old history on the Super Bowl champs. That's wild.
They broke records on your defense today, Shady.
That's wild, Shady.
Y'all are ass, man. Oh, my goodness. Oh, 0-2 last 2 games? Wow, that's nasty. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so we got another 20. My computer's slowing down. The super chats are going so crazy. It's going wild.
That's going on. Old ass computer.
So, Fly Beezy said, I gotta pause this before. He said, "Pop it, Care Bear." They said we would lose against the Seagulls. Then come on, man. Why y'all setting me up like
pop my shit, like
that's what he played, but like he gotta say that. He can't just say pop it, Care Bear.
He's attracting all his type of
Ask
fans,
the grown man to tell a grown man to pop
Real
it.
Bryce Young.
on national.
When
Come on,
statistically
bro.
he played better than Burrow.
He said they said we would lose against the Seagulls. Then they said we would lose against Kansas City, and then they came up with 214 excuses and squirrel jokes when we put belt to ass. Dallas Cowboys for life, man. TA, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name. Said I watched from somewhere in England. It's my first time watching live. Oh, mate. Hey, mate. Hey, mate. It's my first time watching live due to the time difference. Big up to Kieran, Social Trade, Shady, TJ, and James Jones. Acho, my African brother. Will you ever have Chase on the show? The Bears. Hashtag the Bears.
Chase.
Watching from Rhoda, Spain. Long time watcher, first time chatter because of the government shutdown. But I'm here now. Been with y'all since the beginning. When are we going to put some respect on the Bears? Listen, I don't want to take up too much more of the conversation. Y'all are killing it right now. I'm going to get back to work. Acho Denari got, stuff for me to do.
They told you to stop playing with the Bears, man.
It's going crazy. We got a lot of Bears fans in the building.
Shout out to the Bears fans, bro. Congrats on the dub. Congrats on setting history on these Eagles.
Bears looking real right now. They're looking real right now. Again, it's about stacking. It's not about one good performance. Because this is the first good win we've seen them have in a while, so not about one good performance, it's about stacking it. And we're gonna see. To be determined. I can't give, one good week a grain of salt, so I mixed that up so bad. If you get me, you get me. But appreciate y'all for watching. Subscribe, stay tuned, stay blessed.
Moving forward, we got to talk about the Lions losing to the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. Dan Campbell in the news a lot because he's a great coach, but maybe taking too many risks. I'll let you guys take a look at this tweet. Ryan Osbald said Dan Campbell's a good coach, but he needs to stop with the fourth down gimmick thing. There's not a single reason not to kick a field goal on this play. Recklessly ruins the game.
I wasn't against this. I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't really mad at this.
Down 10 minutes remaining. I'll let you guys watch the play.
This was wow.
I respect taking the points. But it wasn't a bad play.
Jamison Williams drops the ball.
What you mad at, man? Catch the rock.
Now, I feel kind of two ways about this. One, you could say this is like, oh, why are you going for it? But then also, you draw up a winner. So, what's the concern?
This ain't the one.
Roman Wilson got the speed boost.
And here's why. It was 17-14 at midfield. He goes for it on fourth down. They don't get it. 2 plays later, the Packers go for a bomb. They get it. Now it's a 10-point game.
Yeah.
Like, y'all were only down by 3. Punt the ball, pin the Packers, make the Packers drive the distance. There are statistics to tell you everything you need to know about football. If an offense starts inside its 10, there's a 7% chance it scores. So if you punt the ball at midfield, now there's only a 7% chance or less that the Packers score. Instead, you want to go for it on fourth down at midfield. You don't get it, but here's the kicker. Midfield is where offense takes shots. And the Green Bay Packers are one of the biggest shot-oriented teams. So Dan Campbell, you go for it on fourth down, don't get it, leave the Packers the ball at midfield, 2 plays later, now it's the 10-point game instead of a 3-point game. Bro, it makes no sense. I understand doing things the way you've always done them, but a sign of maturity, Dan Campbell, a sign of growth, Dan Campbell, a sign of becoming an adult and learning from your mistakes, Dan Campbell, is realizing maybe the way I've always done things isn't the best way to do things. Dan Campbell, the way you've always done things isn't always.
The thing is, though, it's like if they would have got the conversion, let's say Jared Goff put the ball in J-Mo's chest instead of throwing it behind him. Let's say they got it. What are we talking about at that point? I can see if you just, again, the play got blown up. I mean, I get it, but I don't think it was terrible. No, maybe not. It was not the smartest thing, but they could have missed the field goal. You know what I mean? Hypothetically, but wasn't a terrible play.
Is working. You got to mature as a head coach and realize going for it on fourth down is not always the smartest thing to do. Sometimes it's smarter to just take the points.
I think it's easier said than done, though, because now when I get the attitude right and I put it in the player's head, like, look, we going for it. We are an aggressive team. So every time it's 3rd and 3, and your hate's all right, even if we don't get it right here, we're going to get on fourth down. That was a good play call. He dropped the ball.
Yeah.
He was having a career-type day, and you drop a 3rd down like that. So all them yards you had, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, it don't matter because you dropped the easy first down.
Yeah.
I want my coach like that. You know another coach that was like that, Acho?
Talk to me.
They didn't have as many talent as he has? Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
And you know what he's going to do? Fourth down, I'm going for it. You know what they did? They won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So you might not like it. I might not like it. But, when you put in your mind of all the players on the coaches that we're an aggressive team, we're always going for it. You look forward to that. And then when you stop and you like, we're not going for no more. You're like, what's going on, coach? Are we changed? Is our identity changed? No. We still aggressive. But today I was listening to one of the guys on TV, the commentators, and they would say sometimes we blame the coaches for everything.
Y'all running back with you.
Sometimes you gotta blame some of these players. That was a 4th down conversion right there. He dropped. But we don't talk about that.
That's how I feel. I ain't gonna lie.
You kidding me?
But eventually, though, 2-5, eventually, Dan Campbell got to realize it hasn't worked to get me to a Super Bowl, so I might need to adjust. Because the fact of the matter is, he doing all this, but he's 7-5. Brandon Staley did it for a year, too, and it was all cool. It was all fun.
Is them going for 4th downs the reason why they are losing all these games? Or is it more so execution? Or is it more so the defense? Or is it more so like I'm pretty sure there whatever it is, because I can't really speak to it because I don't know because I'm not a Lions fan. But I'm pretty sure there are other things that are much bigger that pertain to them losing than missing a 4th down conversion, which a player drops or it's not the best throw, but it's wide open. It's wide open for a 1st down.
Go for it on 4th down. It ain't working for him. So, like, if it was working for you, if y'all were...
What it ain't working for him? Let me just remind you, because I know you've been on TV for a while, right? And you got a lot of stuff to follow. Do you know where the Lions come from? You know how awful they used to be? Everybody I know's best games with stats is against the Lions. My best games is against the Lions.
True.
You get what I'm saying?
True.
Everybody I know has better games against the Lions, and now they are a real team.
Yeah.
Like, we talk about them being like a best NFC team for a reason. And that became Dan Campbell, I'm going for them 4th downs.
But eventually, don't you realize what's always worked for me will no longer continue to work for me? Shady, I was talking to Magic Johnson. True story. I'm talking to Magic at the rooftop of the
It cost them in the NFC Championship. That's the 49ers. Years ago.
Shady, I'm at the Masoni room with the Bibelos.
Yeah, like,
can we stop?
Like, yo, on one Sunday,
he
I'm talking to Oprah, and then Matt Johnson.
Oh,
That's
Magic
not the
calling
only
me.
flexing
Sorry,
you can do
Oprah,
it.
gotta let
I
you
remember
go.
early on. Yeah.
Magic calling me.
He was doing that.
Who's ready to hold longer, though?
Mercedes, Care Bear, it's the way he does. He's like, true story. I was talking to Magic Johnson the other day and said that, like, can we take a second and just like, can we digest that?
Who's you have?
Like, God,
who's you have a hold longer though? Magic or Oprah? I just gotta know.
Oprah's call I missed. Magic's I've never missed.
You missed a call from Oprah?
A black man, I get it.
The big leagues was calling. You missed that call. That's crazy.
And he's 6'7".
Can I tell my story?
Wow.
Is he 6'9" or 6'8"?
Let me tell my story.
6'7".
6'8".
Play tomorrow. We gonna see
Check
about
out
it.
show.
That's crazy. Missing a call from Oprah is wild.
I'm on the phone. I wasn't on the phone. I wasn't on the phone. It was actually in person. I'm talking to Magic, and Magic was like, hey, bro, let me give you one piece of advice. I said, what's that? He said, what got you here may not be the same thing to take you there. He said, when I made it to the big leagues and I left Michigan State, he said, sometimes I had to leave some friends behind. I had to leave some agents behind. I had to leave some family members behind because what got me here wasn't going to be the same thing to take me there. The things that made Magic Johnson a Laker aren't necessarily going to be the same things that make Magic Johnson a Hall of Famer and aren't going to be the same things that make Magic Johnson a billionaire. What got me here won't necessarily take me there. You need to remember what got you here might not take you there. Well, I'm saying that to say 2-5 with Dan Campbell. What got you to the NFC Championship game, it might not take you to a Super Bowl. And what got you to the playoffs might not take you back to an NFC Championship game. Eventually, Magic Johnson might realize, I got to level up. Dan Campbell might realize, I got to level up. So that's all I'm getting at. I'm not disrespecting what Dan Campbell has done. You're exactly right. But what got Dan Campbell here, it just might not take him there 2-5.
You know what, though? Man, you got me thinking. Between a rock and a hard place. Because if I'm Magic, and he's right, some things I got to leave back there to get ahead.
Of course.
It's like, but he had to leave her, leave that right there to get. But I'm thinking, like, sometimes in my life, there's some special ones that I just can't leave behind.
There it is.
And without them, I will not be who I am today. Yep. And sometimes you got a big game on Thursday or Friday, but you got to see that special person on Wednesday if you want to have a big game.
Side pieces.
And if you don't have a big game, you're like, man, I should have seen such and such and such and such. So I chose.
This one's dedicated to all the side pieces
all around the world.
You know you'll never be more, and you'll always be less.
Nah, but real talk though.
But
Can we
there's
just talk about one thing
comfort
though?
in knowing that you're okay being second best.
Every superstar, I mean, side pieces. That's a lot going on. But it's always that friend, that helping friend.
Yeah.
Or maybe because you had no special doctors twist your leg certain way. They come up every Friday before the game. Every player got to see that special doctor. And I don't know what doctor that is.
Is she licensed?
Interesting.
I don't ask for credentials. Damn, it's like asking somebody for the ID. Let me see ID. I don't do that.
That's crazy.
All I'm saying is that every Friday we had this guy named damn, what was his name? Hattrick. Anyway, and he would come. He would fix everybody's ankles. Like, ankles hurting all week, and it'd be perfect. That was a doctor. And there's other doctors that we would see sometimes. That you know what I mean? He'll get us ready for the game. So all I'm saying is, the special doctors out there. So all you fans out there, all your favorite players, they might not be the same without that special doctor. So
Shout out TT,
I
man.
hear what Magic Johnson is saying, and I ain't nowhere near Magic. He's great. It's great. But I did some good things in my life.
Magic was seeing them doctors.
Yes, he was.
Okay, guys.
For
All
sure.
right.
Oh
Seeing
my
those doctors.
gosh.
The same doctors you talking about. He was like, he was overly active with them doctors, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, we're cooked.
He was there.
Hey, through the titles.
And for our final show ever, on Speakeasy,
I'm
I've
telling
had
you.
a great time with y'all. It's been real.
Hey, man.
It's been fun.
Being honest.
Hasn't been real fun, but yeah,
Look, man.
Thank you for the opportunity, Yacho. I had a great time. The 12 weeks he was here.
5 rings, yeah.
He don't see them 5 without them doctors.
Okay.
He definitely didn't see 6 because of the doctors, but that's.
No, I ain't on
So
that.
we've got shovels, and we're just going to keep digging.
I
We're
ain't
just
on
going to
that.
keep
I
right
ain't on
on
that.
digging,
Nah,
fellas.
I ain't on
Yeah,
that
why
one.
not?
He a black man. Come on, I ain't on that.
Nah, sport match.
It went over Shady's head.
All the doctors. I ain't on that doctor. I want doctors that got in 5 rings. I'm on them doctors.
Yeah, no, look. Before we get up out of here.
Shaq had them doctors too, though.
You know, Shaq did have those doctors. Before we get up out of here, I just wanted to
I
show
had them
video.
doctors. I tried them doctors. My ankle feeling good right now.
It's crazy. Before we get up out of here, I had to show video of just a celebration from